we're not striking the ball well at all. We're slowing our bats down on off-speed pitches, and the lack of competitiveness up there, and guys feeling sorry for themselves, and we're getting tired of it.
Is there anything that you as a coaching staff that y'all can necessarily address that might be able to?
Nothing that hasn't been addressed so far. I mean, we've been working on this for a month, a month and a half. They know what's going on, and they're starting to feel sorry for themselves instead of starting to compete. Compete at a level that the pitcher's competing at. So, I mean, there's no hiding from it. We haven't hit all year.
What steps can you take to try to turn that around?
Well, you know what? Sometimes it's in the players' hands. You can only coach so much. I don't know who taught Babe Ruth how to hit. I don't know who taught Hank Aaron how to hit. Sometimes you got to go up there and compete. These guys have successful past. They can play, they can hit, and they're not doing it. And it's collective, it's a group, and it's a disease right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be fixed. I can't go up to the plate with a bat or my mentality for them. They have to do it. We've worked on, I don't know, in a month and a half, we've probably tried 7 different approaches to get these guys swinging the bat right. Sooner or later, it falls on them.
Mm-hmm.
It's not on us.
Well, you've still been able to stay in games. You 1-0 game at Texas. I think y'all lost the second one 3-1, and in this game you lose 3-1. What can you say about your pitching staff that be able to keep you in there?
Our pitching and our defense has been outstanding lately. We've only had maybe 2 games where our pitching didn't show up, maybe 3, but pretty much our pitching and defense has showed up, almost every game. So that's not an issue for us right now. Fortunately for us, their guys aren't taking their offense to defense, which is a positive. But the pitching was great today. John Lally kept them to 3 runs. On a Friday, that's plenty good enough. Or Thursday, first game of the series, and then Griffin comes in and slams the door. Doesn't even let him sniff another run.
And speaking of Griffin, how important has he been in your bullpen for you?
He's great. I think I've mentioned this before. That's the reason he's in the bullpen. He could start and do just fine, but because he's so valuable in the bullpen, we have to keep him there.
And then, have you sensed any frustration at all from the players? I know when you're struggling like this, it's always tough.
It's really frustrating. We didn't recruit a bunch of losers, and that's what we're doing. So yeah, they're frustrated and they're reaching and they're trying. They're trying the wrong way though. I mean, you could go down to the street corner and find a guy to try. You got to find guys that know how to compete and win. And right now, that's an issue for us. We're not competing to win. We're not competing to win pitches. We're not competing to win at bats. We're not learning from our at bats. That guy just did the same thing to every guy in our lineup today. It's embarrassing.
And then, Coach, you got 2 more games. You just got to come out and hit the ball. Is that just the biggest thing for you now?
We got to pitch. We got to play defense, and you got to hit. The biggest issue for us has been the hitting, but you got to do all 3.
Mm-hmm.
You got to do. That's not going to change on the mound for us. So.
Do you feel like if you can get a big day tomorrow, that can just something to get it progressive?
Well, you hope that's what happens, but at this level, everybody's going to compete every day. So one game's not going to turn your season around. It's got to be an everyday thing. Practice, before the games, everything. We got to start competing more.